Welcome to Classical 95.9 WCRI's Conducting Conversations with your host, Mike Mano. 1 hour of music and conversation with notable people in the arts, bringing you the stories of how music has impacted their lives. The show will give a behind-the-scenes look at the guest's background, interests, or special project.
Conducting Conversations is brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments. From sheet music and brand name instruments to rentals, repairs, lessons, and more. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.
And now here's your host, Mike Mano.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conducting Conversations. Tonight it's a pleasure to welcome back into our studios the amazingly talented, somewhat good-looking Dr. Joshua Rohde is here, the director of the Rhode Island Civic, Choral, and Orchestra. Welcome back, Joshua.
Thanks, Mike. Always great to be here with you. Thanks for having me.
Always nice to have you with us, and we can find out everything we want to know about what's going on in the world of the Rhode Island Civic, Choral, and Orchestra, of which you have been the leader now for what, about
5-6 years?
I was going to say 6 years. Yeah, 5-6 years. So during the pandemic or right after?
I started right before the pandemic, so that's why it makes it a little hard to count, but yeah.
Yeah, it depends. You know, there's lots of variations of when the pandemic started, ended, whatever.
Exactly right, yeah.
Well, the Rhode Island Civic Choral has been around for a lot longer than that. I know that many years, my association with Dr. Ed Marquardt was the director for about 30 years, I think, something like that.
Yeah, he had a wonderful, long tenure with the organization, yes.
And then you were hired, as we mentioned a few years ago. Your background we've covered before, but I think we should just remind people you started out as a brilliant child.
Well, I don't know if I was brilliant, but I started out, with my playing cello. That was my introduction to music.
And that started in high school, or?
No, I started at the age of 3.
Wait a minute. A cello had to be 4 times the size of you at the age of 3.
So I started playing a cello that was the size of what you would see a violin player use right now. So it was just a shrunk down, like a 1/16th size cello.
Now, whose idea was that?
So my older brother was a violinist. He had started playing, and I had thought it was a good idea. So I asked my parents, and my parents love telling the story because when they decided that they would start me on cello, they asked, hey, what instrument do you want to play? Your violin plays the brother, you could do the cello, you could do the stand-up bass, something like that, because we had good string teachers. And at the wise age of 3, I told them I wanted to play the cello so that I could sit down when I practiced. And here I am.
And there you are. At 3.
At 3, yeah.
Now, most people, I have found out when in talking to other musicians or other people, actors and so forth that are in showbiz, most people don't remember what they were doing when they were 3 years old. I don't, certainly. I remember my first real vivid memories, I guess, would be playing in the backyard at the age of 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. But there you are, 3 years old, deciding you want to be playing the cello.
Yeah, and I think I fell in love from day one. I mean, some of this is probably stories that people tell me, but I also very clearly at a super young age remember practicing, going to my first recitals. Yeah. My grandparents would come to town and I'd play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for them and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I remember it clearly and love it.
Well, there you go. All right. And obviously you stuck with that all through high school and college.
Yep. High school, college got me to where I am, and even though I'm the now choir director for the Civic Choral, I'm actually going to be breaking out my cello for this concert, playing a little solo.
We're going to be talking about a concert that's happening on Sunday, May 31st, just a few weeks from now, 3 o'clock at Temple Bethel in Providence. An unusual spot for you. I say unusual in the fact that you haven't been there before, as far as I know.
No, I think this is our first time, at least in my under my direction, that we've gone to Temple Bethel. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous space. Very lovely people. They're a really strong, welcoming community, and we're excited to bring our concert there.
And the concert is going to be related to being in a temple?
Yes. So the concert, it's called Everlasting Light, and it features Bernstein's Chichester Psalms. But the structure of the program is set up that we have taken some elements from the Jewish tradition and culture and sort of expanded upon them. So that some of the elements about their prayers for tending to the sick or looking after others or hoping for good things, we found contemporary and old music that sort of relates to some of these maybe more universal ideas and things that we can all understand, and constructed a program around it.
All right. And you have an example of that?
Absolutely. So our first musical example, this is going to come from a new piece. It's called Sacred Place by a composer named Alex Burko, who's probably new to most folks, but he's a brilliant young composer, and he wrote this 6-movement piece that starts with an opening prayer featuring a Wendell Berry text, and then the first movement that you'll hear a lot of is titled Amida, which means to stand.
In the dusk of the river, the wind gone, the leaves grow still, the beautiful poise of lightness, the heavy world pushing toward it, the heavy world pushing toward it.
Joshua, you mentioned that you're going to be playing the cello in this concert, which is a little bit unusual instead of just, just directing. Notice how I threw that in there.
Yeah.
Directing, because you're not normally an important performer like I'm used to.
Indeed, right. The conductor is the only person on stage that doesn't make any noise.
There you go. All right, but this time you're going to make some noise, and you're going to have some company.
Exactly.
A family affair, so to speak.
This is going to be, in many ways, a family affair. I'm so fortunate, lucky that my older brother, who we were talking about, is now a professional conductor and violinist himself. He and his son, who's my godson, are coming out for this concert, and they're going to join us. So he'll be playing with his violin, conducting, while I'm sitting down and playing cello. And then it's all going to sort of culminate with my godson singing a little solo.
And where are they from?
Iowa.
Iowa?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they're coming in special for the concert.
They're coming special just for this concert.
All right. Well, that's something to look forward to. Why don't we give the info about the concert itself? People can find information about it on the website, right?
Exactly. RICCO.org. We've got all the information there and tickets.
And tickets, all right. And I presume it doesn't hold like 10,000 people, so you want to make sure you get your tickets in advance.
Indeed.
Do that on there. And are there various price tickets, or it's all one service?
Yep, there's various price tickets to sort of cater to our variety of audience members. So if you log online, you can find the one that matches who you are.
Excellent. All right. Let's go to another piece of rather unusual music. I'm saying it's unusual because it's not the typical chorale type of pieces you brought with you in the past.
Yeah, so this is a little continuation of the first thing that we just heard. So this is the end of Berko's Sacred Place. It's the last two movements. So again, he's playing on sort of the traditional Jewish Kaddish, which is a prayer for the dead, but he's setting this beautiful tune in sort of a universal way, because grief is something that I think we all can experience and relate to. And so Berko, this composer, sets a text that talks about the sun setting as a metaphor for us losing something or someone that we love.
Excellent. All right. Well, listen to that, then take a short break and be back with more.
Let my thoughts come to you. In the dusk of the river, the wind gone, the leaves grow still, the beautiful boys of lightness, the heavy world pushing toward it, the heavy world pushing toward it.
The Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, very pleased to be sitting with Dr. Joshua Rohde, who is the, I guess, artistic or music, which do you prefer, director of the chorale?
We go by music director, but
Music director, okay, because...
it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And we've been talking about a concert coming up on Sunday, May 31st, 3 o'clock at Temple Bethel in Providence. So go online, get your tickets for that. Just want to recap a little bit about what the organization has been doing over the past season. Tell us about some of those events.
So we've had a really great season, Mike. It's been a ton of fun, lots of music, lots of singing. And one of our highlights was this past concert in March. We gave the Rhode Island premiere of a new work by Timothy Takesh. It's titled
Right down the road at URI,
right down the road at URI. And we had a huge audience for this. And one of the things that we're also thrilled by is that we got to record this concert. So we did a live recording. It's got the orchestra, the chorus, the soloist, the composer, Tim himself was in the room. And we've put our recording up on YouTube. And already we're, looking at 1,000 views and listens.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been really fun to watch this really brand new piece of music, something that we love and believe in.
A great opportunity since the composer's right there. You don't have to worry about what rights are being.
Exactly,
you know.
yeah.
So that all worked out.
That all worked out, and he was thrilled. He was with us for a week doing some workshops, giving us some comments, and he loved the recording so much, he's now using it on his own website to promote the new work.
Excellent. All right. And that was just a couple months ago. And
Yeah.
then before that, you had holiday programs.
Holiday programs and fall programs, and it's been great. Lots of fun singing. Mozart's Requiem and all sorts.
The group is currently at about 50, 60, 70 people. How
No,
many?
we're like over 100 singers.
Over 100.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't the case many years ago.
It keeps on growing.
Keeps on growing.
Yeah.
People must be tricked by how much they like you.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think it's a community effort,
Okay.
So maybe they like somebody else, but yeah, we are getting singers showing up almost every Wednesday. New faces, people that come hear our concert, see a recording online, say, "Hey, that looks like a lot of fun."
Wow.
So-
All right. Well, we'll talk more about that in the last segment and how you too can be part of that if you'd like to be. But right now, let's get back to the music and tell us about this track 6 that you brought for us.
So our program on May 31st is going to be anchored by Bernstein's Chichester Psalms. This has got to be the most famous thing on the program, and a piece that I think a lot of people might recognize out in our audience and our community. Now, Leonard Bernstein is famous for West Side Story and his musicals. He was the conductor of the New York Philharmonic, and one of his most famous compositions is this Chichester Psalms. So it's a really fun piece. He sets the psalm text in Hebrew. So in some ways there's this tie to the ancient tradition, But as you listen to it, you can also hear some of his Broadway, West Side Story, fun vibes going on.
Excellent. Joshua, one of the things that I know your group has done is a lot of variation. You have the heavy classical, if you will, and then you have some a cappella, and you have some lighter things. Is that going to be the case in this concert?
That absolutely is going to be the case here. One of the things that I'm excited about with this program is I think there's going to be something for everybody. We're going to do some older Renaissance music. There's a composer, his name is Rossi. He's very rarely heard in New England, but he wrote some of these really sort of hauntingly beautiful melodies that I think is going to be a real treat for our audience to hear. And there's definitely some fans out there that, I hope will be excited to hear it live, which is a rare opportunity. But then, yeah, we're going to have some more contemporary things, some lighter fare, and it's all going to kind of blend in to this concert and create a narrative throughout the afternoon.
All right. Some examples of some of the titles that might be coming up that people might recognize?
So there might be a lot of people out there that would recognize Jake Runestad, his name. He's going to open our program. He wrote this really fun piece. It's called Proud Music of the Storm. It's going to feature all the instrumentalists, a bunch of percussionists, harp, strings, and then our choir of 100 voices. So it's a really sort of celebratory, fun opener.
Okay. And then the concert, normally the concerts last about 2 hours. Is that the case here?
Yep, that'll be about the case here. Well, it'll be a program that's going to have a couple different sections. So not necessarily a first half, second half kind of thing.
Okay.
But we'll have a grouping of pieces to start, then a grouping later. And it should be a little bit under 2 hours. I'd say hour 45.
All right, so starting at 3 o'clock, that gives you the opportunity to go out and have a nice dinner afterwards.
Absolutely.
And offer to take Joshua out.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be hungry by the time we get to the end of this one.
All right, let's go to this next piece of music before we take our next break.
So this last excerpt that we're going to hear before the break is another movement from the Chichester Psalms, and this is the famous second movement that has a gorgeous, gorgeous solo that Bernstein wrote for a child. And I'm very fortunate to have lived and grew up in a musical household and to see that continue. And so my nephew from Iowa is coming out to sing this solo, which you'll get to hear a little bit at the beginning and end of the track. And then there's some fun middle stuff for the choir to sing.
Excellent. Let's listen to that, then we'll take a short break and be back with more of the Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra. Dr. Joshua Rohde is my special guest on Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, very pleased to be sitting with Joshua as we talk about the Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra's performance coming up on Sunday, May 31st, 3 o'clock at Temple Bethel in Providence. And if you'd like information, you can do that by going to ricco.org. Pretty simple website.
Exactly.
There you go. Can people call up? Is there a phone call connected anymore?
Yeah, we've still got a phone. You can send us an email, a letter, mailbox, whatever you want. Yeah, of course.
Do you know the phone number? Is that
I don't, but it's on the website.
All right. So if you go to the website, you can get the phone number if you want to call and do it the old-fashioned way. And get your tickets now. Shows are going to be in just a couple of weeks. You don't want to get blocked out. Joshua, I know there's lots of things that happen with the chorale, and as we mentioned earlier, it's been growing. And if people are interested and want to get involved, can they do that still, or are you shut off?
Well, we're done for the season after this concert, but we start again next fall in August, and our first few rehearsals are always open rehearsals. We welcome new singers, no audition required. We just ask that you come join us on a Wednesday evening. Send us some information about yourself, which you can find on our website, or come walk through the door.
Now, it isn't absolutely essential that people have a degree in music to be able to read the music and what's going on, but it doesn't hurt, right?
It certainly doesn't hurt, but with the Civic Chorale, we're a pretty welcoming place, and it's our belief that if there's somebody who wants to be making music with us, we're going to figure it out together. And so we've got great section leaders, lots of aids to help those who maybe don't have the best sight reading abilities.
Even somebody like me?
Even somebody like you, Mike. No, we'd ask you to sing probably tenor instead of bass, you know.
Well, all right, that would be fine. All right. So we've talked about this concert, and we've talked about some of the history in the past and how you can get involved. I know that it does take a village. There are other people that help out and organizations that help you out during the year.
Absolutely. We're so thankful we've got a really strong, wonderful board of individuals and volunteers who help keep things running. But we also have a lot of support from our great donors from foundations such as RISCA, Rhode Island State Council for the Arts. Mm-hmm. And so we're thankful. It takes a village. You're exactly right.
Right. And if you go to the website, there is a donate button on there. If you're so inclined, I'm sure that would be welcome also.
Indeed.
All right. Let's wrap this up with what's going to be this last piece of music that we're going to listen to.
So this last piece of music will give you a little bit of a hint for what's coming and some of my cello playing that you might hear in May. This is Brooks' Kol Nidre, which is a beautiful Jewish prayer and a staple in the classical repertoire. It's one of my favorite pieces. I've played it since I was a kid, and I'm eager to bring it to this audience.
Excellent. Thanks for being here, Joshua. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Mike. We'll hope to see you soon.
All right, and we'll see the rest of you next time on Conducting Conversations. Conducting Conversations was brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments, using music in the arts to keep your child educated, entertained, and having fun. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.